Hey everyone, and welcome back to One Hook, Two Hands. I am Sarah, the creator behind One Hook, Two Hands, and I am back to teach you the all-in-one joining method on oops, sorry, I did not mean to tap you guys so hard, on our our crocheted granny square blanket. Um, Normally I would just tell you to go watch the video by Hooked by Robin because she has a great tutorial on it. However, our squares are a little different than hers. All of her squares are finished in this cluster pattern and none are in this like straight edge pattern. So I'm going to do the straight edge. And the reason I'm going to show you how to do this is because of the straight edge. Now, normally when I would come on here and talk you through this part of the tutorial or any of our tutorials, I do a little bit where you can see my face, would talk, and then would get into the tutorial. However, kind of feeling really yeah today, but I do want to do this tutorial and I'm really psyched about it, and so I want to get it recorded. And so I'm just going to show you the granny squares today, and maybe I'll show you a little bit of the time lapse side of me. I don't know. Um, just really struggling a little bit today. The pain levels have been high, kind of waiting for some answers from different doctors, all the things. So I'm really excited to just jump on here and be with y'all as I teach you this part of our granny square crochet blanket, which is our all-in-one joining method, and then our edging. Now, I have 3 rows completely done. I've got uh, 2 more left to do, but you'll get the idea with what we're doing here. So, as you can see, as best as I can, without totally messing up this janky stand, which hopefully, y'all, hopefully we've got it coming in the mail, the new good one. You'll have these across as the bottom row, and then you'll have ones like this across for the next row. And so I'm hoping to get these 3 joined together real quick, but also be able to take you along and show you how I do it. So let's get started. Oh, real quick, if you want, please like and subscribe to the video. Every little bit helps. I'm hoping to be able to do live soon. I've got to get up to 50 followers to be able to start to do lives, and I would really like to do that to kind of join and see who's with us and who's learning, and that way you guys can ask questions in real time. So if I'm not making sense, you guys can help me make sense. But I want to start by just saying we are going to, yeah, so if you'd like and subscribe, um, gosh, y'all, I'm still trying to get used to figuring out how to talk about this stuff. But let's get started. So we're going to start with our first corner square. I'm doing my pattern in the orange, white, orange, white, orange for the first row. And again, I'll put up my like grid pattern in the video, but I'll also put it as a post, just like I did with the blue, gray, and brown blanket. Now on this first square, it's all going to be pretty familiar. We're going to start in this corner, way over here. So you're going to start in this corner by only doing half of your corner. So just like you've kind of started with your standing double crochet, 2 double crochets, when you're starting with a new color, you're going to do the same here. Now for this blanket, I have chosen to edge it in black. So I have my black nor red heart yarn here. And as you can see, I've already put it on my hook. We're still using our 6.0 millimeter hook here. And we're going to make that standing double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to anchor, yarn over grab that both with one finger, go into this nice little corner here, yarn over, pull through, and as you can see, I just kind of slid it down this. That kind of takes a while to get coordinated with. Um, Sometimes you have to use both hands if you're newer, but I'm telling you, eventually you'll get to a place where you can just slide it like I just did. Then you're going to yarn over. And now we got our 4 loops. You're going to pull through 2. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. And we've got our first standing double crochet. Now we're going to make a cluster in this corner, so we need 2 more double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to go yarn over into the hole, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we have our first standing double crochet. And just like before, you're going to make a standing or single crochet, and then you're going to cluster all the way across. And then I will, let's see, gosh, y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to this third corner over here. So you are going to chain one and put your one more put a cluster in here, but you are not going to complete this corner. Okay, you are not, I repeat, not going to complete the corner. Again, I do recommend going and watching Hooked by Robin's all-in-one video. She does a much better job of explaining this. Because she does such a good job, and I am doing this join from her, I highly recommend you go watch her video, like and subscribe over there. Um, but I definitely recommend going and watching her video on this because she does a really good job of showing it off and explaining it really well. Um, but this is where we're going to start to differ from her video, and that's on our solid granny squares, because this is the one where things are going to start to be a little different than hers. Now, this part is the same. You're going to chain three, 1, 2, 3, and just to let you know, you're deliberately leaving this side open. You will finish this and close it off at some point, but right now you are leaving this side open and unfinished. Now, for me, as working this part of this particular join method, I have found it's easier if I turn the square that I've just finished this direction and kind of move it over a little bit, grab my next square, which is the solid granny right here, and you are going to do a cluster. Instead of clustering to finish this off, you're going to cluster into this corner right here. So you are going to yarn over, go into the corner, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. And you're going to do that 2 more times to create your cluster. Now we've got a 3. Now, here is where things get a little interesting. So you've got this. You're going to slip stitch into the chain one space of that was just previous to the last double crochet cluster. So you're going to insert your hook here. You're going to yarn over, pull through, and now you've got that secured to each other. Now, here's just like I said, here's where it gets interesting. So some of these you're going to be going into the 5th chain or 5th double crochet. Some you're going to be going into the 4th to kind of get, because to get your number of clusters the way you want. So on this one in the beginning, we're going to go skip 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we are going to double crochet directly into the 5th double crochet, a cluster. So that's 1, so we're going to finish this cluster right here, 2 and 3, and so this is in the 5th double crochet, right? You see how it's kind of lining up here? That's what we're looking for. So we got our double crochet, cluster 1, 2, 3. You're going to go into this center. You're going to pull. Now then, this one you're only going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, we skipped 4 last time. Sorry. You're only skip 3, and we're going to go into the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, skip into this double crochet, and we're going to cluster 3. 1, 2, and 3. So the rest of 3. And you're going to slip stitch into this top one right here. And now you get that lined up. So we got 3. We need to do 4 more. So on this one, we are going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And do a double crochet cluster in the 5th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, and 3. So now you're going to yarn over, slip stitch, and let's see, we need 2 more in here. So hold on. This yarn keeps trying to get all wonkadoodle on me, and I don't know why. Okay. So let's see, we did 4 there. We're going to skip 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into this 4th double crochet right here. We're going to do a 3 cluster. 1, 2, and 3. We go here, chain. So we're going to skip 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right in here. Perfect. 1 cluster right here. 2 and 3. You're going to go over, yarn over underneath, slip stitch through, and now you've got 1, 2, 3 left that you're going to skip, and you're going to go directly into this corner. 1, 2, and 3. Now normally if you were doing a pattern, it would feel like right now you would close this off. You are not going to do that because of what's coming in our next rows. You are not going to attach these. You're going to leave these free hanging. You can see that. So you're just going to do a normal corner here. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And do a 3 DC cluster here. 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you've ended up a little lost about how that works now, basically, on your solid crochet granny square where you have 23 double crochets, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 3. So it's skip 4, skip 3, skip 4, skip 3 across. So we are going to do that up here. So we are going to pull that little tail back, get it out of our way, because I really do feel like it's in our way with this part. So we're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go in, so if you can't see it, this one counts as 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into this one, so we're going to yarn over into the hole. 1, into the hole, pull up loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And one more. And guys, I know I kind of ranted at it in one of the other granny square videos that we did with the orange and white, but seriously, y'all, take care of your eyes. Excuse me. Make sure you have good light when you are working on black and white. I just recognized I did something wrong over here. Can anybody tell me what I did wrong? One. We did not chain one. That is one thing you need to make sure you are doing across the board to stay consistent. Make sure you do your chain one. Now let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4 into this hole. I got to yarn over first. And now we create our double crochet cluster. We are going to chain 1. We are going to skip 3, 1, 2, and 3, and go into this hole. 2 and 3. We're going to chain 1. So we skipped 3 last time. We're going to skip 4 this time. 2, 4. Go into the 5th one. So we need to make sure we have our yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now 2 more. 1, 2. Next, we're going to chain 1 and then do skip 3, 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. So we skipped 3 here, 1, 2, 3. So now we need to skip 4. Hold up. Did we do that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. I don't know. It feels weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, I don't know what's going on up here, but for some reason it doesn't feel like it's making right. So, but you need to have 2, 4, 6, 7, right? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 5. So this one we're just going to put in the center of this one right here, because I don't know where the counting got off, but we're going to put the cluster in the middle. So it's skip 2, cluster, skip 2. Now, in this hole, we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster, chain 3, 3 double crochet cluster. This is one of the areas where crochet is a little bit more forgiving in that it doesn't have to be completely perfect. Like I said, I don't know why am I counting so off on one side, so perfect on one side and so off on the other. But we'll keep working it. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to close off this corner where we're going to do this 1, 2, 3, and you're going to chain 1, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the fifth one. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1. I'm going to skip 4. And this will create 3 of our 7 clusters that we're needing. Chain 1. We're going to skip 3, go into this 4th double crochet, and sorry guys, I am going a little bit in and out, so it kind of happens with this disease, so I apologize. Like I said, I really wanted to get to this part because I enjoy this. So we're going to skip 3, go into 4. So we've got 2, 4, 5. We need to get one more before the corner on this one. So again, we're going to go into the second one of this. And so that gives us 6, I do believe, double crochet clusters. So if you count them, 2, 4, 6. And we need how many? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. So we need one more, which we're going to do in the corner. Chain 1, cluster in the corner. And just like before, you're not going to close this off or finish it. You're going to chain 3 like you would be closing the corner. Then you're going to flip the project just like we did last time, except this time we're going for an outer edge orange square, just like this one. And we are going to go yarn over into this corner, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to do it 2 more times. 1, this is the second, and then we do it just like we did that first side where it's, so chain 1, we come in here, slip stitch, we 3 double crochet into this cluster or into this chain 1 space, and then we slip stitch into here. And basically you repeat this pattern all the way till we get to the final square up on the second corner. So like if this up here on the second corner. Now, I am going to do a little bit of a time skip and meet you up here at the second corner of the last orange square. I'll see you shortly. Hi guys, so we're back, and as you can see, we've come all the way through what we've edged and joined together the first 5 squares of the bottom row, and we've stopped right over here at the second to last corner. So here's the last corner of this join for the first row, because remember, we're going to keep this edge raw, and then we're going to also keep this edge raw as we join, so that when we come back around to make it complete, it looks like one continuous join. Now, it is one continuous join, but it's going to like look cohesive. Let me put it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain one, and we are going to 3 double crochet into this last corner. But again, we are not completing the corner because we are leaving this side raw. You want to do that to understand that we are doing that so that when we do come back, it just looks, we only have 1 row of the dark black along this edge and not 2. So we are now going to chain 3, just like we do when we get to the bottoms over here. Like we chain 3 on the raw edge, you're going to chain 3 over here. Now we've got our chain 3, and we are going to work into the next square from the next row. So basically, we're getting ready to work all of these on top of our previous row. We're going to come back over here. Whoop. And if I do not unbalance the camera, I'm going to pick up the squares I just laid out to show the next row. These back over here. So this is my one that is going to go on top of here. And so we're going to work, instead of working this corner into this hole, we're going to work it into this one. And again, like always, you kind of turn your blanket, whatever feels comfortable to you, to work into that corner. And for me, it's kind of a sideways thing, and then it becomes an upside down thing. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in a minute. So for me, we're going to yarn over, go into this corner. Oh, one of the things I've not talked about, and I'm going to show you real quick. If you can see, we're doing the sides where you can see the V's, right? You see these V's at the top? So on one side, which is usually called the right side, you don't see the V's on the edge. On the other, you do see the V's. That's kind of important. Make sure, whichever side you're working on, that they're all the same. So if you're doing V's up on this side, you need to make sure your V's are up on this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, right? So all of our V's are up. Same thing with this one. So we're getting ready to work, because I like to work the V's up. So you got your V's up here. So now we're going to work into the corner like I was just starting to. But I wanted to show you that because if you do V's up and then you do one side like this, it's going to look a little different and people aren't going to quite know. Now, granted, you can do that I don't know. I hope my mic was on. If it wasn't, you saw a lot of me shifting and shaping, but okay. Hey guys, I had to do a mic change, so I'm back. I hope you could hear what I was saying at the end of the little clip over there. But now that we have attached these 3 double crochets to and did this little chain here, I am turning my project so that we can attach the rest of these squares to this side. And this again is a little slightly different than Hooks by Robin's version, only because we're dealing with a slightly different square, right? All of her squares look like this on the edge. This one looks like this. It's a little different. We have a little bit of different counting to do. That's really all it comes down to. But that's why I'm wanting to show you, because I want you to be able to adapt and mend as you go, right? So we've got our 3 double crochets. We're going to do just like we did before, where we're slip stitching into this little place right here. We are going to yarn over, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, which we are going to skip and go into the 5th one and do 3 double crochets. And again, I'm hoping you can kind of see this because it is using black yarn, which is always a little difficult. You may be able to see it better in the next joining that we do, which will be on our ETSU blanket in squares, with our giant squares. And you'll see what I mean at that point, because we're going to be using it bright yellow, so it'll definitely help. But we've got our 1, 2, 3 double crochet cluster, go into the space, slip stitch, yarn over, count 3, 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th double crochet, do another cluster, 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to go into that chain 1 space, slip stitch. We're going to skip 3, go into the next one, 3 double crochets, and you're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 space over here. And we're going to count 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the 4th one we go. Hi ho, hi ho. We just keep it going. And so we do 3 more double crochets on the top of this chain. Double crochet, we're going to slip stitch here, and we've got 1 more. So we're going to go into, I think, the 3rd one. We're going to skip 2, go into this 3rd one right here, just because the way of it's laying. I mean, that's the beauty of this. You can kind of just go with the flow of where your crochet is laying a little bit, versus, because again, we're kind of making this side up as we go. We're trying to find what fits and feels right. And on these squares, it's a little more uniform on the cluster squares, but you're going to go into this chain 1 space, slip stitch. Now you're going to go into your corner and do 3 double crochets. And then this is where the fun begins for the all-in-one method. You are not, under any circumstance, to go into this corner. Nope, nope, nope. We're skipping this one. See? The one my finger's in. We're skipping that corner. We're going to chain 1 onto our hook. 1. we are going to go into this corner, the opposite corner. We're going to attach opposites here. You do not touch the same side, you touch opposites. So eventually this corner will go to one over here. So you're going to go in, so we've chained one, tighten that up. We're going to slip stitch, chain one. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to grab the next square, which is an orange one, and we are going to attach it here with 3 double crochets. And as you can kind of see, this row, until we get it all the way back around, you're going to have flappies. You're going to have flappies. See? Flappy. Because it's only attached by one side. That's going to make this project a little awkward for a minute, but that's okay, because it's going to look really good on the end. So now we're going to do 3, like I said, 3 double crochets in our corner. We're going to slip stitch into the chain one space, and we are going to repeat that on down our row, doing the 3 double crochets in the chain one space from the orange side, and then slip stitching into the chain one space from the white side, or the already black side if you want to call it that. But we're going to go here. And I do like the black, even though working with black has its own issues, as I've talked about before, because it just creates a really saturated border. You could do white, but white is kind of a more subtle border when you're already using white as one of the main colors of your project. Whereas when you use, now you could have used something like a brown, although I don't think brown, there's not a shade of brown I would really put with this. You could use a very dark blue, but again, you start to get into some other SEC colors when you're doing that. And so kind of the neutral here, 2 neutrals you really have to pick from are white and black. And edging this with black just kind of, as the join color, just gives it this kind of overall finished look to the to the pattern. So now we got 3 double crochets in here, slip stitch into the chain one space, do 3 double crochets in this one, one, 2, and 3, slip stitch into the chain one space, 3 double crochets, slip stitch into this final one, slip stitch here, and then into the corner we're going to do exactly what we've done all along. We're going to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to do exactly what we did on the last corner. So you see on this corner where we attached opposite, so we attached white corner to white corner, we're going to do the same thing here, except we're going to attach orange to orange corner. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to chain one, we're going to go into the corner, we're going to slip stitch our lovely little way here, we're going to chain one, and then we're going to grab our next square, which white, white, orange. The next one should be white. And we're going to do 3 double crochets. And we're going to continue doing exactly what we've done on the previous 2 squares to finish up the last 3 of this row, attaching them, except I don't know what I just did there. So I'm going to pull it out, keeping my chain one, and do that again. but we are going to keep doing what we did for the last two of this row in terms of attachment. And I will see you when we get to the final corner down here on this. So we've got this one, we've got another orange one, and then we've got another white one. And I will meet you on the final white one that we're attaching in the corner. All right. All right, and so we are back at the final corner going across for the bottoms of the second row. And as you can see, we are on this white square. We are going to finish up by going into the corner of the, we're going into the corner right here of the white square, doing our 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Now this is where we start to do things a little differently. Whereas in previous rows or places we have not connected the corner, we are going to connect the corner. So you're going to chain 1, slip stitch into this corner, chain 1, and then you are going to do 3 double crochets into the corner. And just like in previous squares, you are now going to go down the line, skipping 3 double crochets, skip 3 into the next double crochet, 3 double crochets across, do our corners, do that across here, do that across here, and we will join back up when we get to this place right here on this first square. So it's really simple. Just like you have done your double crochet clusters across on this square, you're going to do it on this one right here. All right. And I will meet you back when we are putting the 3 double crochets into this corner. All right, everybody, we're back. And so apparently my video cut out, or my microphone cut out when I was getting ready to say the second double crochet stitch right here in the corner, which I feel pretty good. I caught it pretty quick. So like I said, we had gone under, slip stitch over these two, chained one, did one double crochet, did two. Now we need one more in this orange corner. And then we're going to slip stitch along here, just like we have slip stitched 3 double crochets in the chain 1 spaces, 2 and 3. And then we're going to come up here, slip stitch, chain, or 3 double crochets, slip stitch into the chain 1, 3 double crochets into the orange chain 1 space, slip stitch into the black chain 1 space, 3 double crochets into the orange chain 1 space, two, 3, and we're going to slip stitch back into this chain 1 space, and 3 double crochets into the orange one, we're going to slip stitch into this one, then we're going to 3 double crochets into the corner, and just like in the last row, or in the last the last row of the squares, we're going to leave the top 2 corners unconnected. We're not going to connect those. We're just going to go ahead and do a chain 3 right here. And then do 3 double crochets in the corner. And we are going to continue our chain 1s, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 chain 3, 3 double crochets in the corner, all the way around. Then we come over, then we're going to go back and do our corner. So I am going to come back for the final corner to show you that one more time, but I will meet you back over when we are attaching these two together, okay? To show you that corner stitch one more time, but I will see you in just a little bit. Hey everyone, so we are back to the final corner of the edging, and just want to run you through this one more time. So we've got our 3 double crochets here. We have a chain 1. We're going to do 3 double crochets into our corner of our orange granny square. Hold on, I gotta pull out some yarn from this big ball. We are going to chain 2, We're going to pull up a loop. We're going to move our blanket around so that we can get to this corner. We're going to, the opposite corner of our current granny square. We're going to go under both. We're going to go into the big loop up here. We're going to pull tight through and under, slip stitch 1, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the corner of the white granny square. That finishes off all of our corners that are meeting. So just to give you a better viewpoint of it right here, as you can see, they're all nice and tight. And now we are going to finish this off in a very simple way, which is our slip stitch, skip 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. I've done some better math, and I think the best thing to do in the white is skip 3 all the way across and do the 3 double crochets in the 4th double crochet. So then we're going to slip stitch 3, count them 1, 2, and 3, go into this 4th one, do our 3 double crochets, slip stitch into the chain 1 space, skip 3, go into the 4th one here, three double, slip stitch into this next chain 1 space, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th one, and slip stitch into this chain 1 space, skip 3 into this 4th one, stitch into chain 1 space. We're going to skip the last 3 and go into the corner. Now, on these corners, remember, because these are the top edge corners, you do not finish them off. Leave them hanging so that we can connect them to our next row. Then you chain 3. This is part of the fun of working a blanket like this, is you do kind of have to keep rearranging the blanket to make it a more comfortable fit as you go along, but it does work out in the end. 3, chain 1, skip 3, go into 4, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 3, go into 4. 3, chain 1, skip 3, go into 4, 2, 2, 3, and again, there is no math like crochet math because, you know, pretty much everybody I've ever met says I thought I could count until I went and till I started crocheting. Well, this is very much true. So, which is why I kind of had my counts off by a stitch in the first couple of granny squares or joins for the white one, but we've gotten there. So we skip 3, go into 4. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 3, go into 4, chain 1, skip 3, go into the corner, and now I'm going to pull this out just a little bit for a second and show you what we've done. Now again, this is a little bit a bigger blanket than the previous one, so it's kind of hard to get it all in one shot, even for 2. But as you can see, we've got these joined, and you can also see all the corners over here are not attached. But we've got our lovely little UT blanket outlined in black. And now it's time to add the 3rd row. So grab the next stack of orange, white, orange, white, orange. And just like we did with this previous row, we will chain 3 because we're going to leave it an unfinished edge like this one. We're going to chain 3 right here. And then we'll 3 double crochet in here, turn this to the side, and do what we've been doing all along. We will repeat the previous, what we did at the bottom, including skipping corners, etc., to prep for the turnaround in the next row. And I will see you at the end of, and I will see, we're going to just do the same thing. I will be doing a time skip, and basically I'll come back to you when we reach the top row, which is number 5, and then we start to go around. So I will meet you there. So it'll be like it'll be the orange one of not this row or the next row, but the one above that. All right, I'll see you on the flip side. Hey guys, so I meant to come back at the top corner over here as I was doing things, but I kind of totally forgot as I was working on it on the first corner that we rounded on the top row. So I'm coming back over here. So when you get up to the top of your corners on your final row, you're actually going to complete your joins. So, and let me bring the light a little closer so you can see a little better because this is black. And y'all know how I feel about black and white at this point. But you do your join here, and you slip stitch there. So you do your normal 3 double crochets into the corner. 1, yarn over, go through the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time, yarn over, into the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have our cluster here. You're going to chain 1, go into the corner, slip stitch. Well, I will if it behaves because it's being inky. Chain 1, then you do your 3 double crochets into the same corner. Again, if this yarn behaves. The black has not been behaving very well tonight. I've had to redo things a couple times because it's not behaved. I'm going to flip this around a little bit. Then you, like I said, do 2 more here. 1, 2. And then you're going to do what we've been doing all the way across. So you're going to come across here, just like we have been in the previous ones. And you're going to do 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 1. And I'm going to meet you guys back when we get to right here. So like you're going to come around this corner, you're going to do your normal corner closing. You're going to come down this side. And then when we get to this corner, I'm going to show you how we navigate this little area. And then all it is finishing off both of the 2 sides that are left. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, guys, we are back. And as you can see, I've got my chain 1 already on the after the double crochet cluster. We're going to 3 double crochets into the corner. 1, excuse me, guys, 2 and 3. You're going to chain 1. Now here's where it's a little different. When we're coming down the sides to kind of complete everything, what you're going to do is you're going to go into this loop here and slip stitch. And now you kind of got your corner locked, if you can see it right there. And then you're going to chain 1, and you are going to go into the next corner with 3 double crochets. And you just repeat that all the way around back to the end, and I'll see you over there. Hey guys, so I decided to come back a little bit. Just as I've been working this around, I have decided I am going to do at least for this blanket, I'm going to do 3 more rows. So this is my first one. It'll be a total of 4 extra rows around of just the black to kind of give it a little bit of weight to it, to kind of make the edging look really good. And so it'll be a total of 5 black rows, or at least the look of 5 black rows. But I did want to come on and show you one thing that I didn't think about when I was on a minute ago. But when you get to this spot, right, where you've created your corner joins and you're all around with your black here, and I'm trying to do this on top of the white kind of so you can see it a little better. I hope that helps. But what you do when you get to this spot is you're going to do a chain 1, a 3 double crochet cluster in the actual corner space. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to chain 1, skip the gap, and then do another double crochet cluster in the next corner chain space. And that's how you create that. So basically you just do your start like you would a normal start of a new row in the same color, and then you at these corner junctions you just chain 1 over it and do both corners, and then that's how you get your row over it. So I just wanted to come on and show you that as I continue around. I will come back when we start to do the edging, and I will show you what that looks like when we get there. Bye. Hey guys, so we are back. So I have decided to just do the 3. I think it looks really good with just the 3 rows on the outside. I don't think it needs to have the heftier 5 like I originally thought. So that's just 2 additional rows of the granny square DC clusters just around the border. And when you get back to the final corner, you chain your 3, you slip stitch into the top. Now to do the edging, we're going to be doing single crochets. So what we're going to do is chain 1. Now in this case, this chain 1, because of the way we attached it, I want to make sure it's attached pretty well and a little bit firmer. Essentially, you're going to act like this chain 1 right here doesn't exist when we get back around. We're going to act like this doesn't exist, but we are just going to go into this same 2 stitches like we've done in the past right here. Pull up a one loop over. So you didn't loop over to go in, so you just have 2 loops on your chain, right? So to show you that again, we chained 1. Didn't loop over? No. We went just plain into the slip stitch and then into the chain double crochet behind it, yarned over, pulled through 1, and then you yarn over and pull through both of those. And you're just going to do that all the way around. So you're going to do single crochets all the way around, just to kind of give it a clean edge before we do our little border on it with the orange. And then when you get to a chain 1 space, you're just going to go into the chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the 2. So you're going to do your single crochets all the way around, and I will see you when we come back. All right guys, so we're back at the corner, doing the final little bit of edging, which is our single crochets. And again, I don't know how you can see them because black and lighting just don't really want to go together. But we're going to do 3 single crochets in the corner. 1, 2, 3. And then you just go into your next double crochet cluster with single crochets across the top of 1, 2, and 3. See, just like that. And see, that's how you do the corners. You do it every stitch across. And when we get back to the final corner, I will show you what we're doing from there. All right, guys, we are back, and my mic is working this time, so we are going to give this one more go. So I have finished the base of the edge, which, you know what, let's get some extra light in the situation so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Let's see here. Where's that? There. Because, white, black, the whole thing. I tell you about the extra light and the need for it. So I don't know if you can see here, but into these, trying, y'all. It's a day. But I put 3 single crochets in this final corner, slip stitch to the top of the first full single crochet. So I skip the chain 1. Remember, skip this bad boy here. Go into the first single crochet, slip stitch, which just means pull through both of those. Now you're going to fasten off. And you're going to pull through. And you're going to tighten and anchor it by putting an extra little knot right there. Critical, so you don't want this coming apart in 10, 20 years even. Because this is not wanting to stay stable like I want it to for some reason. And now we're going to do the last part of the edging. So we just created a stable little base from the single crochets. And now this is a fun little slip stitch. And you can kind of start wherever you want to start. I typically, and hear me, even going around the ones in the corner, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. So you're going to do a slip stitch here. Well, you are if you can get your yarn to cooperate. But you're going to go into this single crochet. You're going to pull through and slip stitch. Now you're going to do 1, 2 chains, and you're going to slip stitch in to this single crochet. Now, I don't know if you caught it, but you're actually going in the opposite direction of what you normally crochet. So if you normally crochet right to left because you're right-handed, you're going to go left to right. If you're left-handed and you normally crochet left to right, you're going to go right to left. Basically, you're going backwards on yourself as you crochet. So you chain 2, go back 2, slip stitch, and you create this nice little, oh gosh, that wasn't in the video. I will do that better this time, guys. But you go into this one behind. So again, for the camera, because I didn't realize I was not on it, 1, 2 chains, skip this one, go into this single crochet, and you slip stitch it. And as you can see, it kind of creates this nice little bumpy chain-like edge that just looks good when you get it all the way through. Also, the thing I like about it is it's not one of these that gets caught on anything. So for example, because of my chronic illness and because of some of the mobility issues in people in my family and things like that, I think about, somebody may need to use a wheelchair from time to time. And so it's just better to make sure that you have, and still making it feel fancy because it's got a nice little edge thing to it without sacrificing the potential of it getting caught or slipped on or something else. Sometimes, there's a couple of borders I look at and I think, oh, they're so pretty and I would love to try that. But for this project, it just won't really work because of who I'm giving it to. And you just don't want to have somebody fall, somebody slip, somebody trip, something get caught in a wheelchair more than necessary. And so I like to do this. So we're going to just do that all the way around. Then you slip stitch back into the beginning, fasten off, and your blanket is done. I will meet you back when we get all the way back around to right over here. All right, guys, we're back right here and it is finally almost done. So I went ahead and cut off the last little piece. I slip stitched into the top of the first chain, slip stitch, and through the back. I am fastening it off, pulling it tight, doing my little anchoring knot, which I'm going to actually do with that to kind of pull it back a little bit. You see, it kind of pulled it back to the back, which is always good. And then I'm going to also tie it a little bit to the previous one as well. It just kind of makes it extra secure. And I'll weave those ends in later because, as you all know, we are now to my least favorite part, the ends, which is weaving the ends. Because when you get to the end, that's what you do. In the end, you weave in the ends. As you can kind of see all over the back of this stupid blanket. It seems like it took forever today and yesterday. However, I am going to now go over to my wall and where I can have some space to show you what it looks like completed. I go outside and do it, but it's been raining and ugly here. So hold on and you'll see me on the other side. Please no comments about the state of the hair or the clothes. Say it's been a bad spoony day. Hold on. All right, and we are back over here next to my bunker where the craft room is, or craft supplies are, and my wall over here. I have our 5 across UT granny square blanket right here for us. Now, I will say this one is shorter than my other granny square, which was 7 squares. So this one is a little shorter, but it's perfect for your lap yen, especially if you have someone in your life who uses a wheelchair. This is perfect because you can tuck it around them, but nothing's going to get caught. And so, oh, gotta turn it around. Hold up, right there. On the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. See, isn't that pretty? Just like the way that the black really anchors it and helps it stand out. You can see the squares so clearly. And whoosh, and it's just perfect. If I put it on the floor, I'm 5'6" and it comes up to here on me. But if I were sitting, you could perfectly tuck it under your feet. It's got enough on either side to tuck properly. You could wrap it around somebody. So if they're, again, going in a wheelchair, it's just the perfect size, really. And so I wanted to come on and show you the finished product finally. I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you have a great, wonderful, hope-filled day.